Good afternoon and welcome to the stream. I streamed yesterday and I had some trouble with figuring out how to do this emission convergence between countries. I'm not sure if I want to get too much into that today because it's a little bit like a long talk, but afterwards I play around with some formulas and I like how to make the country emissions be close to the global end target, but also have some difference, so that the difference kind of like stems from the differences in the starting point or the starting year emissions. And I have this kind of model here where we have this is like the endpoint emissions, endpoint average emissions, and this is the start point average emissions. So if you have, for example, here, let's see, well, the average emissions here, they would be 4.3, well, 4.4 or something like that, but and the endpoint emissions would be 0.5 tons per year for average. So let's have it like here, so 0.5 here and something like 4.4 here, and then we have this. This would now be like the start emissions for the country. So if we have Finland, it would be like around, let's say, like 7.5, and this would be here, and so that's this one here, and this would be the kind of convergence factor. That would be between 0 and 0.99. So, or well, let's say like 0 to 1. If you have 1 here as convergence factor, okay, I have to run this. Okay, I have to stop this process first here. So I thought we would wait a minute. I thought we should get here. Let's see. Or is it if we get 0? Yeah, yeah, it's the other way around. So we have here 0.5. So if you have 0 as kind of like convergence factor, well, that's kind of like the opposite of the. I think we should have here 1 minus. So now it's actually, this would work out better. So if we have 1 as the convergence factor, then we would have like the total conversions, and every country's average emissions in the carbon neutrality year would be 0.5 tons. And if we have 0, I don't know if 0 works actually, but yeah, if you have higher numbers here, then the emissions will remain higher, but it also gets this kind of like it doesn't stay at 7.5 because there has to be, I think this pretty much like handles quite well that we cannot have like the average emissions like we cannot have like countries where they stay at 7.5 if you have to get to or we could have like maybe some countries, but in the larger sense it wouldn't happen. So I've been playing around with some like inputs here and like trying to get the scope of what's the distribution for each target year and each conversion factor, and if you make variation here in the in the starting values here, and yeah, be getting like a, so let's have 0.8. Yeah, so here with like quite large conversions, like if you have 0.2 at the initial value, then you will go to 0.4. And I've been also like doing a little bit of this, that I sum the values. So if you have here like, so let's say we have like we have a one with like 13, and then we have two that are like equal to 1. So if this works, like the average of these should, or the average of all of the stuff should always come to 0.5, because that's like that has to be the global average. So if we have these three values, like we have this, so we have 0.05 plus 0.23 times 2 so that divided by 3, that would be like we see that it's not a perfect divided by 3, like we get 0.5134 blah something, like it's not a perfect extra kind of like it doesn't produce the like very like a correct amount, but I think it's pretty close, and I think there still should be some kind of like correction factor. So that would be like all of these, like because we are now like going above the average, like all of these numbers would be scaled down a little bit so that the end result is 0.5. And how I think this should be used is that this will then work as an endpoint for the country specific average emission curve. So it should be for example the whatever, I don't remember anymore what values we have. Okay, here like the 0.695 for that country, like the one that starts at 13 tons here, they would end up have like this kind of graph, and the n here at 0.7. So that would be the convergence. User emissions, average emissions. Yeah, we will go a little bit like here, 0.7, and then I would use the starting value for the country and then the end value to calculate the intermediate values using the same kind of same shape of emission reduction. Like if you have here like linear drop, or okay, well it actually depends on the well, it would have to follow this, like I think we would have to we would have to maybe calculate from this here. Yeah, but also we need to use kind of like the count, maybe want to use the country populations as the weights here. I'm not really sure yet, like it complicates this a little bit, like it, and it's not kind of like mandatory, but I think if you're gonna take a look like afterwards how this works or how accurate results it brings, it's kind of important maybe. But yeah, now I think today I don't think I'm gonna be today like applying this conversions. I think like so far all of this stuff only this is useful here. So I'm not gonna be probably gonna be take this out as well, though this is some old stuff. So yeah, so this is the only thing that matters here. So yeah, but I'm not gonna be using this today. I'm just gonna be creating maybe like the user interface elements for it, and maybe see if we get the past country emissions in the graph. I'm gonna so we need to create a new accordion item here. So this would be accordion 5. So we are gonna keep it on collapse for now because we are making changes. So this would be, I'm just gonna name it like crudely now, choose country emissions. It's gonna, so we need some kind of selection item here, and I wonder let's see, shiny selection. Let's go to the shiny gallery because they have probably here. We select, okay, yeah, this select box I think seems right. So here we have like I think we need this kind of where you select between. I think there has to be also, I think, well, I suppose this is, it's possible you can choose like multiple from this. So it's called select input, and yeah, there's a possibility to have like multiple. So let's take this. Let's copy the whole thing here first. Like that. So we should, I don't know, maybe I want to keep like first, now that we are like still testing and stuff, like keep this multiple as false, and selected should be, we could have here Finland also. We have like a Finland as a default selection if we go here, or actually it could also be that none of the countries are selected. So that could be a way to get around the problem that like we already have so much stuff on the graph, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. So we could have, yeah, we could, let's have the null here. Choices is a list of values, so this should come from, like we have here, this should come from here. Let's see, we have we could also make this a little bit nicer. This so here we have why we made this, or I made this after last stream. I finished this, that like it has the the per capita emissions for each country. Sorry. Let's see. Yeah, so here I think we want to remove maybe want to remove like these values that are I don't know. At least we want to have like from whatever year we are having like here it's make this a little bit faster, but so yeah, I wonder how I get the choices to be like we have here the country names here, so so can we just have I don't think have I dealt with this kind of that the choices. I also wonder if this has to be through the render UI thing, because it's kind of has this if the list has names. Yeah, could also, I think we should also like. I think the problem with using just this is that it has multiples of each name, and I wonder if it would then produce all of these values. Like, will the Algeria be here many times? But I just wonder, like, can I just go like this? Do we need some? Okay, let's have a label. Choose which countries. Choose countries to include. And let's have an input ID. Count. Like that. And I don't think we have, at this point we maybe don't need any these other options. I think in the end we might want to have some other options as well, but maybe not now. So I wonder if this would already produce something. So yeah, I'm gonna show. So we get this here, and it works a little bit, but I wonder if there's some issue here. Like, why doesn't this list extend below the is it because of this accordion type that the list cannot extend below the, like here, like why doesn't this accordion stretch according to the length of this input. But I was I was maybe too concerned about, like, it seems that all of the names, they are here only once, so that's something to start this off. So that works. So next, let's see. We'll need to make this kind of reactive out of the original. So let's have like this. So okay, can we just have here pass and then so I don't think we don't want to limit the year here, so we just, well, we should have habits be greater than the, no, it's the base here thing. Let's see. I thought I had this. There should be this one year that's kind of the starting point. Okay, it's the past year, yeah. But I could do this already here, so no. Like here, pass is so this may make it a little bit faster, that I only have to run it. So past year. Like that, so that makes it a little bit smaller. I also wonder, I should probably drop some of the country names from there, like now it kind of includes a bit too much stuff. Or it includes like countries that are there's yeah, so we don't need this one here. So I don't also know that, do we want to change this to a data frame? I don't think so. If it's possible, because if there's like multiple selections, we definitely want to have it in table form. So, but let's try to add a line. So if we have data, is this value here, and we're not gonna want to have this here. So let's see what we have. We have the CO2 gap here, and then we have year, so this should be, yes, numeric, so two cap. Now I also think that we have to do the thing that, oh well, this is a little bit tricky. Look, what's gonna be? Yeah, it has to be similar to this, and now it's tricky because we need to make this kind of standardization for the height of this graph, and now it's tricky because it has to also affect this one here. So can we make the, yeah, I think we can make the reactive. Let's try to make this table. So take this out and try to make this table inside this reactive, but I think that's also tricky because then it takes so much space. I think we might have to, and it's also that I don't want to I kind of don't want to trigger this table and all its actions to happen if the user hasn't chosen. Okay, let's see. Yeah, if we have, oh, what's happening? Oh, okay, I already did put something here. Yeah, so this is showing here, I think. No, I don't know why this is happening. Like, what's the? Not quite sure what's it showing there. But yeah, I'm gonna take it out anyway. But yeah, I don't want this this one here to run every time, like doing these operations where we are messing around with data on all of the countries, like selecting from quite a large data table, like this is like 12,000 rows. I think it's a bit it takes so much time that I don't really want to. So I would need to have something that maybe only triggers if this table is opened. And then I wonder, like, that has to do with those event reactive stuff. I wonder if I want to do now for just like see that the system works to include this, still include this inside here. So like this, and then have so now it's kind of like read in and like this, so it's here. We could have this the user emissions. So this could depend on could be it should be we should have like something that's where it's you are already made the selection, so we don't have the full data table here, but we have so this should be so country included in input count. Let's have counter. So we include those countries, and now we have now we can have, let's have like max base is the maximum. Okay. It has to be like base, and then we have year is 2020, and we have like what's the maximum value of CO2 gap 10. So that it picks that up, and then we have it in here. So it's a maximum of these, but it's also like considers the max gap value. I'm gonna try to run it like this, and we're gonna take this out. we have this already there. So okay, it doesn't work. Let's see first, like, how did I read the original dataset inside? Do I have to have here somehow? I don't really remember. So there we just use those. No, I don't think so. I think it's fine like that. Oh, I haven't I have to change it here. Maybe that's the thing. It's called R. So what if we select something? No. Oh, it's max gap. Oh, it should be max base. This could also be the thing, but I wonder if this in those cases where it's not chosen, it shouldn't trigger the need for the. Okay, but now we have something there at least. So let's have something that's. Let's have Goddard here where it's very high. So does it change the things here? What do we have Goddard? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I think it works as I intended, because now it gives the possibility that there is some very high Okay. So let's now try to have the. Yeah, I wonder if I should try to have the multiple selection, but also. Yeah, let's try to draw this first. So where did we have the thing? So here. So data, we have the base. So I'm not sure if this works. So there we have the. Oh yeah, we need to have the. This another thing here, so we need to have base CO2 cap is 0.65 CO2 cap plus. So this kind of like normalizes the size. Okay, so y is TCO2, and we should have a little bit different color here. So color should be, or we could have some country color thing. So have here like 7 and 9, so this should be now CPOP. Base. Oh, actually, do we still have here? Ooh, what's happening? So base, we have the data table here, and why isn't okay? There's a minus here. Could not find function base. I wonder if this is because we are here. This is in the inside this. Actually, inside this DATS reactive instead of the. I'm not really quite like understand how the reactives work here. Let's try something like this. Like if we have this data tables inside the reactives, but we have already also here, but this is maybe not. Yeah, this is not for. But what was the other one that we have here? We have. Did we have some other? Okay, well we are doing something here. So we are changing. We are like this data table has also been changed here, but is it because it's already created somewhere? I don't know. It's not here. Like this though. Just trying to figure out like this is. I'm using this base now, very similar to this PPAA data table here. So I'm just wondering like what's the difference, like what's causing this, that it's not working as intended, or should it just be should we just have it? Just trying to make this as similar as possible. Like, do we read it somewhere in here? I don't think so. No, and not here either. So it's not really. Nothing has been done with it before this. So let's try to make it here like this. Oh, it's not. No, it doesn't find the. Hmm. I'm also annoyed that this is getting constantly slower and slower, this thing. I'm gonna try to put back these. Like it's weird, like here with this, they don't have like what's the difference between this PPAN? So we read it here. Where do I go wrong here? We have the base thing here. We are using it here, but that shouldn't matter anyway. Could it be here somehow that because... No. It's also used there. And this is, it's showing the past emissions here. I don't think I need this. Like data year is the past year, yeah. I don't think this should make any difference. I was also thinking that could it be because there's nothing selected, but no. Let's see again like what we have here. I should put here maybe selected as Finland begin. Does it stay selected actually? It doesn't appear to stay selected because this kind of like goes to 0. I think I'm gonna end the stream and figure this stuff out on my own at some point. Yeah. Well, we got this here, but it's not really not too much, and it's also seems a bit annoying that it somehow, I don't know if this has been if this issue, I would expect this issue to be known at least because this selecting is such a common input to use, so and it might be that there's some kind of fix there, but I don't know it yet.